Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Solange, but you can call me So as mentioned in my Get to Know Me tag video. So I'm back with another work vlog. So it's not really a full tutorial, however, more experienced sewers may be able to pick up on what I am doing and probably be able to make one for themselves. However, I'm just showing you basically what I did to create the look as seen in the thumbnail that I did for my beautiful mother, my beautiful empress. So the first thing that I did, I took her measurements, which is a basic measurement, and if you guys need help with that, you can check out my how to take basic measurements video. So what I'm basically doing here, I'm just drafting the basic bodice block up to the waist measurement, from the shoulder to the waist measurement, and adding in the bust measurements, the chest line, the waistline, and so on. So this is basically my bodice plot that I have for my mom, and I already drew the armhole, the neckline. I asked her how deep she wanted it to be at the front, and that's what I already indicated. It's going to be a v-neck. That's what she wanted. Where you see me sloping for the bottom area now, the thing with this dress is not just straight across from the waist going around to the back. The front is slightly raised higher so that it'll fit closer to under the bust in comparison to the back that will hit directly at the waist. My mom, she doesn't really like items fitting, directly at the waist in the front ever so. And it adds a bit of style to the dress as well, so that's why I did that. The line that I'm drawing right here, this is for the back. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the front first and I'll cut the back after. It's going to be like an open back kind of style. You would definitely see my mom rocking it at the very end of the video, so make sure to keep watching. But yeah, it's an open back with like a tie at the back. Definitely don't want to close up back, so the zip would only reach up to the waist area. So I've already cut out my pattern, And remember, we're going to cut the front first because it's just easier that way and to save pattern paper and time than having to do a separate back pattern. So I'm just folding under the waistline. Remember, we were doing the waist in a slant where it will fit more under the bust and connect from the waist going around to the back. So that's why I folded that in. Now I'm going to go over to this very colorful, very beautiful fabric. I always love this fabric, but mom really liked it as well, so we went ahead and chose this one. So I'm just placing the front pattern on fold, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut that out. And now for the back area, I'm just cutting off the line that I marked down previously, because remember we wanted an open back. So I'm just gonna get rid of that and fold down the waist back so that it will be straight across, because the back will not have the slant as the front did. And the next thing that I'm doing here, I'm just marking down from the waist to the length in which the remainder of the dress is supposed to be, because you're going to join it back at the waist. It's not going to be a whole thing together. So this is just a skirt length part I'm marking on from the waist going down to how long my mom wanted it to be. And I'm going to do that twice because you need a part for the front and then part for the back. It's going to be really flared, so we need to make sure we have enough fabric for all of that. Speaking of fabric, by the way, I'm using 5 yards of fabric. Initially, we're going to get 4 yards, but it's a good thing that we did 5 yards because it was exactly enough for the dress. The strips, I'm just cutting across some strips, just about 2 strips. They're about 2 inches wide, and these I'll be using to sew the straps that we're going to be tying at the back later on. Now what I'm doing here is just measuring the length for my sleeves. We're going to do some flare circus sleeves. So the same procedure that you use to make a circus skirt, you're going to use to make the flare sleeves. Well, at least that's what I'm doing for this dress. So I was just measuring out the length I wanted for my sleeves, of course including my radius already into the design. And I'm just marking around the armhole area, the radius for the armhole area, and then from that line marking around the length for the sleeves. I'm going to do that twice for 2 sleeves. And this is what I have. I'm gonna cut open one end of the sleeve. You don't have to do this, you can leave your sleeve whole, but mom wanted a slit on the top of her shoulder for the sleeve, so basically going to have a slit at the sleeve shoulder coming all the way down to the end of it. So jumping ahead, the front portion of the dress, mom also wanted a slit coming all the way down to the middle, so that's why that's joined like that, and I just pressed it open, went ahead and sewed the straps as well, and now I also went ahead hem the edge of the sleeves. So that's basically where we are at. What I'm doing here is just cutting off a piece of the length of the sleeve. This will be at the underarm portion because you can leave it, but the only problem is that it's going to be like the same length as the top. It's going to look very drooped down, and we don't want that. We want the sleeve to almost look the same length all around from top to bottom. Hope that makes sense. Now I was kind of in a rush, but I'm just showing you I faced the back portions of the dress. So basically whatever I sewed after I put in my dad's, I faced the entire back and the entire front as well. So it's basically doubled. I just kind of put right sides together and I sew them and turn them around. So now we're going to connect the top part of the dress. But before we do that, I believe the best thing is to attach both front and back separately, and then we will connect them at the sides. But this is just what we have. You see the straps are at the top there that we can tie. Yeah. And if you notice, the back is straight across at the waist, but then the front is curved slightly up at the bust. What you see me doing here, I'm just showing you can put them right sides together and sew them and then attach the entire bottom of the skirt piece. However, I decided to do it separately as mentioned before. I'm going to be doing the front, entire front, and then the entire back, and then I'll join them together. What I'm doing here is pinning the front to the skirt part. Remember, the skirt was the one with the slits coming down the middle. I did not want any gathers at the waistline whatsoever because I didn't. And guys, I was in a rush, but I will be doing a tutorial on this dress sometime in the future. I basically just cut out some quick pockets and I've already attached the front parts. So the front skirt with the slit coming down in the middle and the top part is already attached. I basically just pinned the top of the skirt and I cut off the excess at the sides in a slant way coming down so that we would have the flare, sort of like a triangle from the waist coming down to the end. And I went ahead and did the same thing to the back. I attached the back portions on each side and I cut in a slant coming down. Now I believe we're going to put in the zip, and I'm using a short zip. I believe it was about 8 inches long, and this is just me checking to ensure that the waist measurement is half. I have one inseam allowance at the back. Just I hate doing alterations honestly, like after, especially for custom made items, so I try my best to get the measurements exact as possible to when I measured my client to avoid doing such. Now I'm just basically grabbing the pocket piece, same way I attach it at the front. We're going to attach it to each side of the back because mommy loves pockets. Like like who doesn't love pockets? I mean, personally, I could do without them, but my mom, she got to have the pockets. And I'm just measuring the beginning of where I pin the pockets at the back so that when I get to the front, I would be able to pin it at the exact part to ensure that they match up, because nothing is more annoying than sewing down pockets at the side, then realizing they're not meeting at the same length, so then you have to take out that, use the seam ripper, and seam rippers, I'm not into that. So I've already sewn on the sides of the pockets. Now I'm just placing the dress right sides together for the entire front and the entire back. I'm sewing it at the shoulders, coming along the pockets straight down to the side of the dress. And as you can see, I've already inserted my zipper as mentioned before. Just a regular centered zipper is what I used, and yeah. So I've already sewn the shoulders across and the sides of the dress. Next thing we need to do is attach our sleeve. So remember, the top of my sleeve, it had a sleeve opening, like a slit. So I'm just taking my time and pinning the slit directly at the top of the shoulder. And this took me some time. It really took me some time because it was kind of difficult to pin. But you just have to take your time. Sewing requires patience, and you just make sure that the shorter side of this circle sleeve is going to be the one at the armhole seam underneath, and then the slits are at the top in the event you decide to use slits. Now we're just going to go ahead and sew those around because I'm finally done with the pinning. And this is what I have. So my sleeves are in, and if you notice the top of it, it has the opening as you see. And I'm going to go around and just hem the entire end of the sleeve. The slit opening as well, I'm going to go ahead and fold it in and hem it, and then the end of the dress. So if you think your dress might be too long for your client, you can just leave the hem like that. When they come and do a fitting, then you can hem it after. It's really your choice. But this is basically what I have. As mentioned before, I will try my best to do a tutorial with this dress, a shorter version maybe, and we'll see how that goes. This is how it looked on my beautiful mother. She was so comfortable in it and so happy. She paired it with a tube top underneath for the graduation ceremony, and she just loved the entire look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you come back to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Until we meet again. Take care now.